clip of the day.
You got me. I spotted some messaging with the Black Lives Matter that I thought was a little peculiar, making me conclude after I saw those two girls that were badgering Bernie Sanders and driving him off the stage because he's weak.
Well, we know this is that they are funded by the Open Society Institute, George Soros, so we know where their money's coming from.
Well, I have two clips. I have only seen, although you see marching, but the most prominent people in this movement seem to be lesbians. Now, I mentioned this to Mimi. She said, you're crazy.
Good old Mimi.
I just think there's lesbianism involved in this. And I also thought it was interesting that, what's the name of the doctor who's running for president?
Ben Carson?
Carson made an interesting point about this group. He's not very fond of them. He says if they think Black Lives Matter so much, have some news guy ask them, do you think a Black Lives Matter when it comes to abortion? There's a little unborn baby.
Right. Yeah, this is an ongoing theme.
Life matter?
Ongoing theme, yeah.
So that's not going to happen. But let's play these clips. I got the Black Lives Matter professor. Now, this professor is at Cal State Los Angeles, which has got to be one of the least, interested. I mean, it's just one of the Cal State system, by the way, in California for people out there. There's the University of California system. And there's the Cal State system. I've actually been to both. And Cal State system is really crappy. And you shouldn't go there. I went there one quarter, and that was going to be the end of that. That was for summer. So let's play Black Lives Matter professor.
This with the Seattle branch of Black Lives Matter brought a Bernie Sanders political rally to a halt yesterday. Those demonstrators came on the stage and they interrupted the candidate as he was speaking and essentially shut the event down.
I was going to tell Bernie how racist this city is, filled with its progressives, but you already did it for me. Thank you.
Let's bring in Melina Abdullah, professor of Pan-African Studies at California State University in Los Angeles and also an organizer for the Black Lives Matter, of course, that movement which grew out of that popular hashtag. So with a welcome to you, what, first of all, do you think of what happened in Seattle yesterday?
Well, I think that it's really important that we take space whenever we can. Black Lives Matter and the systematic assassination of black people at the hands of the state is a top issue for black folks. However, it remains at the bottom of the political agenda of elected officials, including those who we consider to be liberal and progressive.
I like the take space meme. That's cool.
I know.
What does that mean? Where is this coming from?
I don't know. I haven't found the genesis of take space, but she says it. I've heard it before. I've heard it elsewhere. And now if you start listening for it, you hear it all over the place. And it's like somebody's got the microphone, you grab it. Take space. Space, take it.
Did this come from Occupy? Is that maybe an Occupy thing?
I have not heard it. I don't remember. It caught me off guard.
Okay.
Is that the end of one?
Yes, that's the end of one.
Okay, well, here's the part this is the second part of that clip, the same woman. I think it cuts a bunch of her out, which gave me the lesbian thing. There's a key word in here. It's a code word for people who want to look for code words that kind of tell you where, who are we? What are we talking about? The code word, you use the code word and I see, you're with them. Okay, you're one of us or whatever. Here it comes.
And in that vision, is there a specific presidential candidate on either side of the aisle who you think aligns themselves most with what the vision is of Black Lives Matter?
Well, when I think about who's running for president, most of them represent this system of white supremacist, heteronormative, patriarchal capitalism. And so
racist!
No one intrinsically or on their own really uplifts Black Lives Matter. That said, it's the role of engaged populations to challenge those who claim to represent them, to represent us in the way that we want to be represented. And so that's what the taking of space is about. That's what disruptions are about. That's what dialogue is about.
Okay, what was the lesbian part you got out of that?
Heteronormative.
Heteronormative.
You didn't hear that? Yeah, I think you laughed over it. It was right at the beginning.
Let me hear it again.
And in that vision, Is there a specific presidential candidate on either side of the aisle who you think aligns themselves most with what the vision is of Black Lives Matter?
Well, when I think about who's running for president, most of them represent this system of white supremacist, heteronormative, patriarchal capitalism. And
damn, that's a mouthful. Heteronormative.
Patriarchal capitalism.
It's a little too long for a show title, but I like it.
Heteronormative is a good word.
It's a great. It's a fantastic word.
What it means is the normals. It means the normal people.
Yeah,
people not running around crazy doing anything offbeat.
Right.
They're just what it means is normal, but it's more insulting. It's normal heterosexuals, and we don't want a normal heterosexual, for God's sake, in the presidency.
Especially not a white one. Not a white one.
All that was left out was mentioning Hillary.
Yeah, as the perfect non-normative hetero non-normative.
I found it very, and this woman, this is on CNN, and this woman, okay, whatever.
Borderline clip of the day.
Borderline clip. Hit it.
Yeah. Do I have this?
I agree. It's borderline clip of the day.
Yeah, borderline clip of the day.
Clip of the day.
Very good. Good find. Heteronormative.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to put that on a business card.
I'm a heteronormative.
Hello, I'm Adam Curry, heteronormative. Blanco, heteronormative.